your fish has been out of a pond almost 27 hours. Early Thursday morning, we received the fish from our hatchery at 7:01 a.m. in 2 different gallons. So when I received the fish, I needed to check in the gallons, make sure they are all okay, check the temperature just with my hand, and then I put them inside. Quickly, I placed the fish in my car and I decided to move them to the station. So we got to the STC station at Circle. I decided to go inside and go and inquire if they can take our fish for us. Yeah. I don't want to do some quick inquiry. Yes, so we don't carry fish to Takoradi, but then you go there water inside, like the gallon.
Where is the fish?
It's in the car. It's in like a gallon.
How many?
It's 2 gallons. Then put water inside. You don't do that. Someone has to be in the car. After talking with them for quite some time, they finally told me they will not be able to take the fish because it's in water. So as quick as possible, we needed to find another alternative to be able to transport both the fish and the tarpaulin materials as a new pond. So I got to know that there was another station which was in Kaneshie, and so I went to the guy and I asked him, this is what I want to take to this place, and he told me yes, they can do that for me. And I left because I needed to pick up the team in the middle of the way, and so we went all through Winneba. Then we got to Cape Coast. Then I called the station to find out if they were on their way, only for me to get the information that they had not yet set off. And so I realized this was around 10 a.m. I knew that I was in trouble. Our fish arrived in Takoradi around 3:35. We went, picked them up from the Takoradi station straight to the new home. So quickly we have the fish in their new home, and we needed to pack the fish out of the gallons, and you can also see the team trying to take out the tarpaulin materials because we need to set up a new home for the fish, but then we needed to pay attention to the fish. So we had to change their water immediately because the water in which the fish was in was not good enough for them. So we gave the fish some fresh water because at this point they had spent over 8 hours in this tank, and for that matter, the oxygen and the water quality in the gallon has deteriorated. And now look at them in their fresh water. Then quickly we needed to set up their new home. At this point, we had 2 different ponds to set up, and they were going to house the fish. So the owner of the new farm decided to come and have some discussions with me as to how things has been so far. Not long, we realized it was night. We completed the entire setup that evening. All plumbing work was done, and the pond was almost ready. Because of time, we had to go inside because it was late, and we had to come back the following morning to continue the work. Pardon my voice, I had cold at this particular point.
So, as of yesterday night, we were not able to stock the ponds because we needed to check for leakage. So what we did was we dropped the fish in a couple of barrels, and we have the barrels being stationed here. We have about 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. I'm just coming to check if they are okay. So the first thing I did was the nets that we'll be using to cover the ponds, we used it to cover the fish so that they don't either jump out or we don't have any funny thing coming here to come and take the fish. So I'm just coming to inspect them quickly to see if I have any fish dead, if they are okay, if they need me to change the water. Trying to see if I'll have any mortality. Okay, so I'm seeing something funny here. All right, so this particular one has been very stressed, and it looks like the other ones have started trying to feed on it. So you can see from the tail, you can see this side. Lucky for it, it's not dead yet. But apart from this, I'm not seeing anything here. Probably I'll have to do a water change for this. Let me check this side too as well. Now, because I didn't feed the fish and I placed them even in this, at the end of the day, the only thing is I just need to change the water. If I had fed the fish in any of them, all that have happened would be that the fish will produce a lot of waste, and this is not the ideal thing they are supposed to be in, right? After that long distance. I mean, so they are supposed to go into the ponds. So if they produce a lot of waste, it will increase ammonia, decrease the oxygen available in the bowls, and there's a probability that I could wake up to a lot of mortalities. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't have any mortality. Yes, there's a mortality. There's one mortality. And amongst all the 3 bowls, is this one that has a lot more, I mean, this one, the water is more dirty as compared to the other one. So let me do a quick change of the water, and I'm dropping this guy somewhere here. So for quick water change, I'm just going to take the net back. So I'm doing this too because I do not have a lot of the barrels currently available. So this is the best way I can do this. Just get as much water out and then add more water. Okay, good. I think that's okay. All right, so we'll come back and come and check up on them again. The idea is at least every 2 hours we'll come and take a look at how they are doing. So it's day. I have to come and check up on my fish again to see what's up. Yeah, I don't have any mortality apart from the one I showed earlier. Let me check this one too. Same thing here, the water quality, I'm not seeing the water looking very bad. Okay, good. So now that I have my fish still okay, I'll still try and cover it for now. These guys, they can jump out. All right, so we have our 2 tanks, 500 capacity tanks. And this morning I have some salt, I have a napkin. We are going to sterilize this pond. After that we'll rinse, fill with water, and then get these guys into their new home.
So after everything now, the farmer says she wants us to move the ponds to another area, and the reasons for that were very legitimate, and so we decided to just do the quick movement. So we carefully did the moving of the ponds, and now we checked everywhere if the pond was okay, if everything was okay, and yeah, we like what we are seeing here because the slope is okay. So I was checking to make sure we don't have any leakages around the fittings and drains. At this point the fish were still in the barrels waiting for us, so we had to now refill some water in the pond. And finally, this is the time for them to move in their new home. And this was after 10:43 a.m. To secure our ponds, we just cut our nets to cover the ponds nicely so that we don't have any birds or anything just coming in there to come and worry our fish.
Alright, so Auntie, finally we have your farm. You guys invited me over in November to do a feasibility, and when I came here, we chose a place for the farm. And today, being in January, we now have this farm, which is actually our first farm for this year. Yes. I just wanted to find out, waiting for this fish to get here, how was the feeling like?
We were so anxious waiting for the catfish to come. So because of that, we even went to other places to check their catfish, and we bought some. We wanted to know, we bought different sizes. We wanted to know how they sell it. So that is what. And today that they are here, we are happy.
Yeah, okay. So one of the things that I'm happy about that you guys did was to also go somewhere and look at how it's being done, and then also look at probably what are the price ranges, and then arrive at a decision. Right. So now let's go to how to take care of these guys. So what we are going to do is I'm going to give you more or less like a record sheet. We are going to look at in the morning, what time you are feeding them, what quantity of feed you are feeding them, what's the mortality, did they finish all the feed or did they finish all the feed, and then maybe the timelines in being able to produce these guys and produce them well. So the feeding, like,
there is no need me going inside the pond.
No.
Like, because the one I saw, the person was inside because he wanted to catch the fish when they were big.
So he was harvesting them?
Yes.
So harvesting, yes, because now harvesting, eventually are going to kill them.
So you can.
You can go inside. Even with that one, if it's harvesting the entire pond, that's okay. So like, you do this. So if it's here, you set it like this.
Overfeeding.
And that's what happens. So you see, I didn't come and pour everything inside.
No, that one I know you don't have to
Yeah.
pour it like that.
Your fish has been out of the water, out of the pond, now end in Accra. And then today we stocked at 10 a.m.-ish. So we are looking at almost 27 hours out of a fish pond. Why? And I said it was because of the quality of the fish, but then also the size of fish that you got. And then the last bit was also when we received them over here, the things that we did. So I'm just trying to tell you that even in this pond, whatever thing that you need to do for us to be able to have the size you want at the timeline, we'll be able to meet that. It's been nice spending time here and setting up this farm.